What up, everyone? Switch up here, and yeah, I'm tired. Even though I've not done much thing at all today. Weekends, fun. Well, last week I didn't do much streaming because, yeah, I had only like a few hours left, so I thought, screw it, I'm skipping it. Not the first time, nor won't be the last. So, but yeah, this time was gonna be a little bit some Mario Randomizer and hopefully game show stream tomorrow. And the topic, well, that I don't know. Since we were supposed to be doing one for Halloween about cryptids, but that didn't happen. And since Malachi did win one of the past ones, and he chose space as a topic, so that he hadn't even been used either. And Screaming Merlin or Taylor, he chose Star Trek last time we did it. So that's two topics or three ones that we're planning to do. So if we know they come up with each one, which one to do, well, I just pick random one. So that's gonna be something then. Well, we have this knucklehead.
I'm getting the thing set up. Give me 1 second.
I wonder where like at this. You did ask me to do
Wow, I didn't even put that on.
you did ask me more a private message, like something like uh, that he could do 5 subjects for 5 millionaire quizzes. He choose movies, philosophy, geographic, wars, president, quotes like president quotes, and TV shows or just random stuff. He wasn't sure about SCP, and he could do mythology. So I took wars, mythology, uh, geographic, movies, and TV shows. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that will be like. But those uh, super millionaire, they are not any actual streams. They're only like in the after stream. So, but yeah. So tomorrow we hopefully will do another game show stream. It had been like what a couple of weeks now that we done one. So, I was also planning to do uh, a French history quiz. I did actually found a lot of potential ideas for a quiz based on Greenland's history, but that whole plan was scrapped. Why? Well, there were only one main reason: the names. Some of the names I could even pronounce. Honestly, they were some of the Greenlandic words had a lot of has a lot of names with the letter Q. And I said this: not a game guy or Malachite or any of our friends can even pronounce none of those words. What will it be? It's even the capital. Well, technically, since Greenland is not an actual own country, since it belongs to Denmark. I mean, the only population of Greenland that lives is on along the coastlines, since mostly it's ice. But the capital of Greenland is called Nuuk, not like a nuke, but N-U-N-U, two U's and a K, not an E at the end. So, but yeah. So next topic for Game Show Stream is either cryptid, space, or Star Trek. But if we'll figure out that by tomorrow. Well, that depends if how many of our will actually show up. I mean, if I had to say right now, I have a feeling.
Just do people start off.
I have a feeling that the Malachite won't even be there tomorrow, since usually he's usually doing
Oh, that's a
wow.
good start.
That is, but Malika usually is either doing errands. Well, excuse me, princess. Sheesh. You could at least have told me. Damn it. Oh, Cody's here. Cody Lane. I don't know how many of our
Hey, why
people
would you
that
say knock knock if you didn't want to come in anyway?
exactly.
You made it
Um,
sound like you wanted to.
I don't
Also,
know how
Mike is
many.
back. Hey!
I don't know how many are you knows about this. Since My Little Pony
It's
G5 has officially been
different, right?
declared cancelled. Yeah, so G5 is now
What?
officially cancelled. So that's just.
I don't want to talk about it.
But Cody, of all things, he came across this video on YouTube about early this week, I believe. Was actually an unreleased episode from Tell You Tales, supposed to be in episode 24, but that episode wasn't even actually officially released because, as I said, My Little Pony G5 had been officially cancelled by Hasbro, and that's just crazy. And as I told Cody, I do believe that Hasbro had those episodes already been recorded and made, but they were just only being waited to be uploaded on YouTube. But since somehow, I don't know exactly what the reason, Hasbro decided to cancel the whole thing in the first place. Well, hey, Halt for Halt, what's up? That's the first time he is here. Hmm. Well, like I said, like I said, MLP G5 has been cancelled. So now the main other question is, what's next? I know for a fact there were a Mexican company that was talking about doing a Ponyverse, like a hope they'll some pretend possibly bringing both G4 and G5
Well, we're
character
doing good,
in.
Halt.
Same
Yes.
here, bit tired, just tired, but that's not much unusual. So, but that Mexican company that was trying to produce a mix between G5 and G4 characters, well, unfortunately, that was also scrapped or at least canceled from that part because they were actually planning to making it as just Ponyverse as the new a reboot. They were planning it that for at least 2025, but next year. But that didn't happen. So, so, so now what? G6, in my opinion, I doubt it. I really don't hope that they're making G6 right now. I mean, thinking about it, 2019 was the one of the final year of G4 ended, and two more only about 2021 when they decided to make G5 by the first movie, and well, that happened only like lasted for what 3 years, give or take 3 or 4 years, and I was assuming that the show's gonna last for at least a number of years, but yeah, let's say they didn't happen all as many had hoped for. I mean, come on. G5 had a lot of positive comments. There were many fans who loved G5, despite there were some doubtful in the beginning. But now that G5 had been cancelled, they're only assuming more logically that's going to be replaced by Malapone G6. But even if it would be G6, there are in fact some major questions about it. Like, will it be in Equestria? Or will it be in a whole new different land? So, yeah, that's just crazy how that happened. But, um, yeah, Cody, you're right. It doesn't make sense why they just ended the G5 like that. I mean, um, there were at least some things about it, like G4. At least they mentioned that they were going to cancel that one to replace with a new one. But
What?
when it when it comes to when it came to the G
There's no way.
and when it came to the G5, they never mentioned exactly the main reason to that. Like, it's a big mystery. At least so we know for a fact a little bit what happened to Spike in a G5, but wow, okay, Brony's here. Huh. Uh, I sent the stream to try server. Hopefully, it will help.
He's talking about
Help.
Triforce.
Yeah, but help in what?
He means like have more people come here and like talk about whatever.
Yeah, that might be true. I mean, what my channel is like what? Nearly 8,900 people or subscribers. I mean, yeah, but still, I was surprised when Cody sent me the link to that video. It was wow. I was like, when I saw it, I was at that same moment. I was like, whoa, back up. They did release the next season, the next episode, despite there were no more mentioning of that. I even went on. I usually have from time to time gone to MLP Wikia, G5 Wikia, just to see what's there's any new updates about, I don't know, characters and all that stuff. But nope, there were no. Usually, they also mention like any updates about further the next update of for like new Telltale series. So yeah, as like they usually did that updated with new upcoming episodes, but they were only about a couple of months ago, like early this year, they were talking about having 4 special episodes that's going to be released in different times of the year. In fact, the fourth of those special episodes were originally supposed to be released sometime in November this year, but it didn't happen. They scrapped all of them except the first one. The first one is the only one that was ever been produced and released. It's crazy how.
Where did that go?
So I'm really surprised at how Hasbro, of other things, pulled the plug for a really good show. But I don't know how. I know for a fact that Game Guy, not as much as had never much seen Transformers, but
There's Star 6. Where's Star 1? Oh,
since they were actually this comic series, they were actually right. There was only a short comic series that number of issues where the Autobots and the Decepticons actually end up in Equestria. No joke. They actually made a crossover in the comics between the Metal Pony and those characters. Oh, I am like I.
Probably just bad connection or something like that.
He did say, why I'm in the backstage area. I mean, he first said, he said, oh, I thought they didn't want to go back to be in the backstage. Okay, my mistake.
Yeah, I didn't ask to go backstage.
I'm just so tired. I didn't recognize that. In Apple Bloom, Ghost of Glow story of where have reforms, her to reform her. Yeah, I think I probably can do that. There were actually, I did know, Um, there were actually some person that asked me in a comment uh, about a week ago about Spike with Kosuke as a shipping. But I didn't answer right away to the person because I wasn't sure if I got thought it was a good idea. Because normally I asking her for an advice if she thinks it's a good idea to put a story about those particular characters or something like that. And she actually had found a lot of video contents for to be using in a story. So I was like, okay, why not? And there were actually I did make one story about this was only about a couple of months ago or something like that. Let's see what happened. Um, in one of the in this when I had the kiss in the story, um, let's say I forget to put one of the picture with the showing the name of that particular kid, only having the rest of the pictures on it. Well, my manager was calling the police on me over 50-cent chocolate bar, Valise, said it. Which I even pay for the end. Oh, but dude, what the? Are you kidding me? Really?
That
What
wasn't
a
a bad
douche.
jump though.
That's not even a joke.
Well, I said
Uh,
jump, but okay.
okay. Spike and Smolder. Wait a minute.
I'm kind of
Wait
focused
a.
on the game here.
Yeah, but
I
Spike
asked her
and
like that
Smolder.
because the one you did with them already was an audio story.
I may have to check on that one at the moment since
Get zapped.
I don't remember. I don't even remember if I had done Spike and Smolder. But to be
You
fair,
did.
I'm, I mean, yeah, but to be honest, I mean, can you even blame it? I mean, I have done what 700 plus stores for the past almost 10 years. It's not easy to remember every single one of them. Plus, I have a handful of stores on a flash drive that's still been waiting to be uploaded. And I also checking my channel every day actually to see if I have any copyrights or any particular stores. Since I had it before, so I'm always keeping an eye on that one, just in case. I just can't believe he kept telling me he will call the police next time or something like that. A bit okay, Valis. Are you referring to your old manager, the one that you work for? Well, used to work for. I mean, if you're at least not you. I mean, you did tell us that you quit that job and was working on a new place, and just tell him, just simply tell him that you pay for it and he can't do anything else. And okay, wait, are you saying that the new one is on it? Are you saying that your new manager is calling you on that? What the? First one, first one, the old manager. Now this. Where are you? A magnet for bad luck? Wow. Okay, that's just. Sucks to be you, dude. Sorry to hear that. That's just wow. Sorry, but it's just um let's say he used to work in a grocery store in the first place that he used to work. Well, hell, not hell, but hold for halt. There is actually one place that is usually called hell on earth in the United States, which is Walmart. For some reason, people call Walmart as the hell on earth. Why? To be honest, I don't even know. I have never actually been. I have never been to one since. Yeah. And 7-Eleven,
Go back.
I had never actually been to 7-Eleven before. Um, I mean, to be fair, Valis, not every single Walmart is bad. There are, in fact, those places that are quite amazing. They really care about the staff, but there are some places that don't even care at all. It's just how things are. No matter what place that you are working, there's always some bad rotten eggs. Believe me, it is. Regardless what it is. If it's 7-Eleven, if it's a Walmart, or if it's just Target, you name it. There's always a bad place there are always some bad people.
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing as when I was in. Okay, not only workplace, but they can also be friends. Friends that can actually also be, um, pretend to be acting as the true friends, but they are complete jerks. Or another better word, assholes. But friends not also is not the ones that can also be like this. Even teachers can also be a complete monster. I'm actually talking about my own experience. Because when I was in the third grade, my old teacher back then, well, let's say she broke my arm. Yep, my teacher in the third grade literally broke my arm in 2 places. We actually reported her both to the police and the principal, but nothing, whatever. I mean, literally, nothing. Nada, sip, nothing. Nothing happened to her. She was actually allowed to keep teaching. Well, she even bribed us with McDonald's. So not the reporter. But I mean, I later heard from this from my mom that the principal at the time, well, it was a pretty bad one. The principal didn't even care. But despite what my teacher did, she was good in teaching. I cannot deny that. But yeah, but let's say this. But eventually, she was fired. I heard from my mom. This was like more than 10 years.
Yeah,
This, this was more
that's
like 10 years. My mom told me this was like more than 10 years ago, give or take. Um, from what I heard, at least based from what she told me, is that my old teacher was still teaching at the same elementary, and she was target 2 students this time, 2 girls. And I can say right now, I personally know one of them quite well, and the second one, kinda. Well, let's say I actually know her former stepbrother, even though her mom and that guy's dad was never married. But it is just that I know them well, at least both of them, something like that, at a certain level. But what I told, she literally grabbed both those girls' arms, called them certain words, but exactly what words I don't know for certain about that. At least from one Ella that I know of, which is the B word. And but that is not the all. That is not the worst she did. She literally this also happened that she pulled down the pants off the students in the class and spanked them for the whole class. Really, she's just like, what the hell? And so since this was 2 girls that I personally known, well, at least one of them, but other one partially known well enough. But at least one of them told her mom what has been going on in the school, that her teacher has been grabbing her arm, calling the bad words like the B word and all that stuff. And I can understand how her mom was pretty furious. I mean, if I had to say scale 1 to 10, she was probably like 100. So I don't know exactly much in details what exactly happened afterwards, but only that she contacted the school's principal. And I can say right now, it's not the same principal when I was in school. So it was a whole different principal. But this principal, I can say that she was furious. So she called up this, and so my old teacher, she was fired, and she wasn't even allowed to keep her last paycheck. I mean, this is just go to say, showing you. If you target two students by grabbing their arms, calling the B word, spanking them from the whole class, and top of all that, and as she did one to me, breaking my arm in two places, I had to. I mean, not top of that, she broke the arm that I was. I mean, she broke my right arm, and I'm right-handed, so I had to have my whole arm in a cast for about 8 to 9 weeks. My arm was broken at the wrist and at the elbow. So I had to have in my whole arm in a cast for just about a month or so. Can you even imagine? I couldn't even do anything. I couldn't even write. I couldn't even draw. Nothing for nearly about a month. And this was like in the summer. So I had to skip. I had to like. You cannot even imagine that it's like for a kid at that age. I was like what, between 8 and 9. I mean, I was like 8 or 9 years old when she broke my arm. What a piece of shit of a teacher. But at least good what she comes to forget her. She was fired, and but ever since then, I actually had good teachers. But other than that, trust me, you didn't want to have that type of teacher that breaks your arm or worse, or any. They were actually very back. These things were common. I don't know if it's like only in Europe or if it's the whole world where students could have their hands spanked. At least uh, this was like years ago. That's an interesting Mario. Teachers could use a very long ruler and smashing their students' hands for misbehaving. That was really common practice for teachers back then. And like, I will not say like over 100 years ago. This could have been like more than, I don't know, between 40 to 60 years ago, something like that. It's like when your grandparents or when your parents went to school at that particular age. But now these days, students should not be targeted by anyone like that. At least I'm glad that I only had my own broken once.
If only
Hey,
I have
hey,
not.
Swedish.
What?
Look what we got again.
Vanish cap?
Yep.
Mm.
If only I had
Uh,
Death Note and become Kira itself.
I mean, even when my teacher broke my arm, there was nothing much we could have done about it. Despite we told the police and the principal, but
Oh,
the principal they didn't. That person didn't care or something like that. I don't know. Uh, Bob the Builder's falling in love with one of the main six and Thomas.
Oh,
Uh,
that was supposed to be talked about afterwards.
I don't.
That was
How would
an
that even
idea I gave
work?
a while back ago.
Uh, Thomas and Friends stories of Malapone characters. Yeah, that's something I have. I mean, since I've done with one of those already, but Bob the Builders, I don't even remember if that even talked about. But honestly, though, I don't know.
Baby stuff.
At least not the moment. Uh, if he would like to know a TV show that he thought making in the future inspired by
Mario.
Steven Universe.
Mario.
Uh,
Mario. Yeah.
well, that depends. That depends which Steven Universe. There are two of them. Steven Universe and Steven Universe Future, the spin-off. I've seen both, but I did make one love story based on Fluttershy with Henry the Train from Thomas and Friends. And if anyone did have
That was
seen that
unnecessary.
video, and if anyone has seen the video and pointed out, wait, that is not how Henry is his personality. Well, it's just that I hadn't even seen Thomas and Friends like in what, over 10 or 20 years or something like that. And would I even watch this series again? Probably only the original, but the more CGI version, probably not. It just I've seen a little bit about those, and honestly, they don't even look good. It's just honest opinion on
Thank
that one.
you.
uh, there is actually one movie
Where the heck is 8?
I I have read. I read that Disney. No, wait, not Disney, but I don't know. I don't remember exactly which company that producing this video. Zootopia 2 has released more pictures for the upcoming movie next year, or what's this year? I don't know. And to be honest, I did mention this on Discord yesterday. I haven't really done any stories lately, um, except for just one for the past 2 3 weeks. Um, to be honest, I kind of lost interest of doing stories. MLP stories in general, all the stories in general. I look for true love stories, true friend, dating stories, you name it. I lost all total interest in making any stories.
Why?
It's just not interest. That's the simple. It's just I don't feel it for doing it anymore. I mean, I just lost inspiration. That's it. I just
You have what's giving you inspiration for ideas. You have the Avatar Maker app to make some creative looking OCs for kids, as well as ponies for creatures for the
those
characters
are
to fall in love with.
well. I mean that the one that those the art that you doing. Those are the kids for. But those LCs. I don't even have that. I hadn't even. I don't know how that even. I actually. But I know of at least one. There is literally a website that's based on the designs of the MLP characters from Rainbow Road Trip movie they made over a year ago. I I mean I have done stories based on those type of styles of characters.
Oh. How they say that
I
in
know,
style.
and there is even one a website that you can actually making characters looking CGI style.
I know
But that
that's how I made um Disco Rainfire, who was like the whole body was changing colors from red to blue to green. There was like basically like a chameleon, just changing colors all over. Like the blend flow just continued.
Yeah, but I'm not even. Even if anyone suggested me to doing a story so based on like a CGI style of a character like that, my answer is big no. I just I don't think that's wouldn't look good, honestly. But I'm actually trying to be working on some new stories again. But the main stories I've been trying to focus on now is the Christmas stores. Even though they are over a month away, but I'm just want to start working on them just in case. And the first year when I did stories from my friends, I did posted them stories from December 1st until all the way up to December 14th. But the year after that, I didn't do that. Instead, I posted the stories on the Christmas instead. So that is what I'm going to do this year as well, and from onwards. I just decided to just make the stories and
I
put them
mean,
on this on all the same day.
I mean, would you? I mean, would it be easy for us to, maybe help? You know, like, what if you ask us, like, what kind of stories? Who do we want to? I mean,
I mean that works, but at the
Really?
moment, but already I have, but since I have has at the time already designed from which door it's going to be made. One,
That
well,
I
with
mean I have
what with what I'm trying to ask you, I mean, like, what if I had an idea for, a story for Kovu, or in game guy like had a story idea for Fire Guys, and we share with you who the characters would be. Like, we would choose for who were the stories are for this year, and we share them with you and the DM.
uh yeah, that could have worked. At the moment, I haven't really decided for the story that I'm planning to do first, at least in mind. Where is it? I have all of those stories have been put here. Come on. Well, I don't have that on the list anymore. Or at least in the folder. But
that won't
damn
help
it,
you for enough.
damn it. Oh well. But one of the stories I'm trying to work on is Apple Bloom's story with another character. And I did find, well, actually, Five Arts found there's a lot of MLP characters with Sonic characters. I think she did send me. Come on, where are? And now this might take a little bit since I have quite a few folders on my computer. Nope, that's not that. Come on. I know for a fact that's not in that one. Uh, and for Smash and Pass, I actually had to open up two more folders. That's going to be just for Pokemon Fair characters and Star Wars characters, um, but I haven't even worked on those two. And I mean, it's like not in a rush for it. Where are the folders? God damn it! Really?
Oh, that was a good save.
Where are you? Where are you, folder? Come on. Nope. That one. Is it this one? Is it? Come on, where? Nope, that was for another thing. Oh man, I hadn't even worked on this new auto series, um, Journey to Land at the moment. Even though I had done like what 5 chapters already recorded, but the other two, the other three, yeah, I think there's actually only 3 remains left to do. Hadn't even worked on those. Nope, not the story I was looking for. God dang it, where are you? So many of the folders. Wait, I had even a folder about
Don't
dragons.
worry about the dog wolves.
Oh
You know
wait,
how
those are
many things
dragons
that
that,
survive in my games? A
huh?
lot.
And this is the dragons that I found on Persians that was talked about maybe doing it in after stream or sometimes, but uh, maybe not. I might just delete them or something. I don't even know. At the moment,
You could share them
Perchance.
on the.
Yes, yes, perchance. The wonder I made those Pokemons that this girl said she would unsubscribe for you from you if that video was deleted. Like she has, like it's your channel. She has no authority over what you should do on your channel.
That was a little screwed up. Like, what the fuck?
it wasn't even like that. It was just it wasn't even a Pokemon character. It was actually humans.
It doesn't make it
And
much better.
I know, but I was talking about what happened with
Wait.
when I shared with you those, and
Oh, you
those.
mean that? Yeah,
Oh, what's it?
Yeah.
that happened.
Alright.
But honestly, though, but honestly, it's probably for the best.
I
It
mean,
was, I mean,
randomly generated, like have told you before, has no author, so she should have known.
maybe this isn't really common known these days. Or they thought
Maybe
about
she's
that?
AI intolerant. She says AI, or she's just like, oh shit, I'm coming out of the hives. You never
Maybe
know.
maybe game. Who knows? Maybe Game Guy is an artificial.
My identity has been.
Uh, where
Please
the
stand
heck are
by.
you? I
The
mean,
good body of a mummy.
even though I did one story that's about two women, humans were found in love that were actually in a couple already, but they were also made of AI art. I was, in fact, at one point considered doing more of those type of stories, but after what happened, I was like, first I was doing like a test video to see how if any of my viewers could even tell apart if that was AI or not. But I did mention in a video before that it was going to be one. But
Excuse me,
but I
what?
had to but I had to say this one thing.
Huh?
I have used other AI
Stop
art in some of my MLP stores. And people couldn't
Wait,
tell
wait, wait, wait,
apart
wait,
if
wait,
that was even
wait a
AI.
month.
And one of the pictures that I used was of Twilight. And that
That-
picture itself was complete AI made. But I forgot to mention that part. And and even before anyone um, and even before anyone asked me for which store that was made for, don't even ask. I had totally forgot about it. That was like a couple of months ago, and honestly, though, I don't even remember exact all the stores I've done for the past nearly 10 years. As long as I've been doing it.
Mm.
But where the heck are you? The stores. Uh, I'm trying to find a folder where I have all the crossover stories on. Boy, man, that's a lot. But bang up, found it. Excuse me here. This is a list of different characters that I have thought of doing. Or at least that Five Goddess have found me. Let's see. Um, Mighty with Braybird. Trixie with Silver the Hedgehog. Um,
Open
oh,
wide.
one is Spike with Rouge.
Lucky bastard.
Please.
Um, there is actually another one that I think couldn't actually work. Tails with Spike as a true friend. I mean,
I thought you were gonna say through
I,
for a second.
I don't see, I don't even see no wrong in that. Or
Open wide.
there is even Pinky with Sonic. I mean, that works. But there is one that I really don't know if I even consider as a good one. Lightning Dust with Scorch the Hedgehog. And Scourge, well, let's say he's Sonic's from an Ultimate Universe for turn evil, and for some reason turn green.
Green is
So,
always the color of evil.
So, yeah, there's a lot of more stories I had in mind. Silver with Fluttershy, Rarity with Knuckles. That could definitely work.
I can see Sonic was. I can see Sonic was Spitfire.
Who?
I don't
Sonic
really,
and who?
I don't really think
Sonic was.
Knuckles is Rarity's type.
Sonic was a Spitfire.
Yeah, I don't at the moment I can't see if there are any Spitfire stories and that. Wait, here's something. That's a screenshot. Let's see where it is. Oh, right. Ooh, actually, there is one Spitfire story on the list,
That would be
and that would be Spitfire with Jet the Hawk, the Green Hawk character from Sonic universe.
guy.
And
Oh,
I also I can say and I can say this: Jet, Storm, and Wave. They aren't actually 100% Mobians themselves, since technically their direct ancestors was actually even aliens that came to Mobius. And they are known as Babylonians. Okay, True Love. Uh, okay, let's see. Twilight with Knuckles.
I am
I can see
not.
that count.
I am not. I am not all for the idea that Robert Freeman just said in your comments right now. I am not for it.
What did he say earlier? Let's see. Uh,
What? Dr.
Apple Bloom
Eggman?
with Coast to Globe. I mean,
Let's give it
I
any
think that's
bodies,
possible.
honestly.
I think that's possible. I think that's possible. Let's see what he says later. Starlight Glimmer with Eggman. Yeah, I kind of actually. I think that might have to be in the. That might be be a no. Okay, how about this? Uh, Daring Do with uh Nick the Weasel.
What about Darren Do with Fluttershy?
Not mine. But there is actually a. I actually, I got this found this Discord with Knuckles as true friend.
Huh?
That works. Yeah, I mean, based on my opinion.
I think Shadow would fit him better. Frank.
About Shadow, I actually have a picture of that potential story. To see how you can find it.
I think it's the
There's
first point. Yellow.
there's actually three of them. One of it's Rarity. The other one is the second is with Rainbow Dash, and the third is with Pinkie Pie. And I literally find out there is a fourth. That one with Luna.
Mamma mia, they're all terrified.
But there is Scourge with Sunset Shimmer. But okay, here's one story that's definitely work as a true friend or true love. Knuckles with Fluttershy. Wait. Cosiglow and Sage.
Was that yellow coin, dude?
Who is Sage from Sonic? I don't know.
How crazy the
Robert, just been saying, don't be mad, but I don't even who. I mean, Robert, don't be mad. I don't even know who Sage is, but there's a reason for that. Knowing how many characters have been added in the series, the Sonic franchise over the past what 30 or 20 years, give or take, so it makes total sense. I mean, some of the characters had never actually been in a actual TV shows, only had been in the games or in the comics. And I had only read like what 1 or 2 comics from the Archie comic series. And since I had never played any games at all, I had seen what 4 series of the Sonic franchise, like Sonic Underground, Sonic X, Sonic Sonic Underground, Sonic the Hedgehog, Adventures of Sonic. But yeah, there are at least a few. Oh right, who could we get? Sonic Prime. Even
Space.
though,
I might have a good story idea for robot gamer this year, and I just put it in private chat.
Oh, it's a fucking vanish cap. I don't get it.
oh, what is this her? Uh, so yes, Robert asked me about what about
Who's who?
Sage, Sage with Cozy Glow. So basically, whatever I can see about Sage, it looks like a human girl, and I saw one comic clip or picture where she has been holding back by Eggman from stabbing someone with a knife or something. So,
Mamma mia.
I don't even, like I said, I don't even know Sage as the character, so I wouldn't know. Um, so even if anyone had asked me, what about say if I do a story with uh, Infinite, the Jackal or Shackle, the one from the Sonic Frontier games, I may have to say that is a big no. I mean, it doesn't seem that he even care about friendship or love at all. I mean, it's like, can he reform? Maybe, but I just don't know. I hadn't even played the games, but I have seen some of the games before, so but
Why are there so
Coast
many here?
Coast of Love with Sage, I may have to pass on that one though, since I don't know much about the characters. I have been asked by Travis Bell lately for the past few times now about doing other stories for him. There were actually one that's making Spike from with a character from the Dragon Queen from World of Warcraft series, but no, but I didn't do that. It's just
Oh, okay.
yes, because that is no. I really don't know anything about World of Warcraft characters, honestly. So I may think that's just
Hello.
no.
Good.
But there are a lot of characters within the Sonic franchise that I definitely can do. Um, like let's see. Oh, this might work. Derpy with Big the Cat. That works. Or Knuckles with Big Macintosh. That works. Let's see. Cosmo with Sakura. Well, that works. I mean, Cosmo is the young alien plant girl that was in Sonic X that died, which seems that Tails had a crush on. But yeah, I think that works.
Remember, play my album.
Um,
Cat. I don't know.
but there is okay. How about this? I know for a fact that there is one family videos where Sonic and Rainbow race against each other. Um, Amy and, of course, Amy and man, what was her name again? Amy and Pinky were arguing, and well, let's say when the boats Rainbow and Rainbow Sonic passed both. Literally flying past by Pinky and Amy. Amy, she actually ended up flying right into a tree and again stuck in there. No, it was actually no, it was Pink. It was actually Pinky who ended up stuck in the tree, and Amy ended up being Pinky's butt, with head first. Yeah, and but there are so many. So there are a lot of franchise, a lot of characters from MLP with Sonic characters that can definitely work. I mean, what about like so if there is there is there any characters from that would be fitting well with Eggman? Well, personally, I may have to say either not Discord, but either Sombra or maybe I don't know Terek or something, because I don't know. There are in fact a few characters from the Sonic universe that might work along with MLP characters.
It's 12, 7, 7, 6. Intense pressing of the A button.
But yeah, it might be. Okay, Mario, you have been way too long in this solarium.
Look, they put me in a teddy booth. It's not my fault.
But yeah, so Eggman with Eggman, as an example. No, that is. I don't think so. I don't think
really
even,
Mario.
I don't think
What?
even Five Gods. I don't think even Five Gods would even agree on that one.
Alright, sure. Just spawn me right into the pipe. That makes sense.
Oh, where did Malekith go?
Oh no. It
I didn't
looks like we got
recognize.
disconnected again. Ow.
Veggie Mart Mario.
I do kind of look like a carrot. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Nah, more like tomato.
Tomatoes
Or
are
radish.
red. But my cap is orange. And my shirt's orange. And my overalls are green.
And your butt is green.
Is there? I don't know.
So yeah.
Sir,
So
I would like to race you.
Characters from MLP with Sonic characters, that's definitely a many that can work, and some that makes question rising. But others are no, and others are big no. I can actually even see at least one character from the Sonic universe with another one. That would be Sonic with Vanilla. I mean, I guess he's Sonic as a stepfather to Cream. I mean, after all, it works. And since Cream is already a friend of Sonic, and even as in Sonic X, they have been going through so many missions together. So she trusts him. So if her mom, Vanilla, falls in love with Sonic and that they end up marrying, she would even be she wouldn't even hesitate to say yes to be adopted by Sonic. It's just that I think it's really much possible for that. But
Oh, there it is.
there was one actually. Okay, Jet the Hawk with Chrysalis as a story. Um, I may have to say that might be tricky, but there even Tycho Knuckles' long dead ancestor with Sakura. Sakura and Tycho can definitely work. I mean, both of her Earth calls person and all that, so yeah, but Manic with Pinky. Now that definitely works. Since Manic is only in one universe, in only one particular Sonic series, which which is Sonic Underground, and I mean that works to a certain level. But there is one character I believe even Cody knows about him. Ship, that small flying friend that Sonic encounters when he turns to the werehog in a game. Ship looks like a small dog. He has been shipped with Apple Bloom, but I don't know if it's a friend or true love story. Yeah. Um, Wave the Wave the Swallow with Soren. Hmm. Hmm.
Where?
That
Yeah.
might. That might. Let's go see what else.
Oh, yep, that is a blood red if I've ever seen one.
What about this one though, Cody? Pinky with Knuckles.
Well,
that,
why is
that
it just the same? And if he does end up with what Wave to Swallow, he's gonna have a good time with her.
Mephiles
Where they're
Dart
going
with
this.
Chrysalis. Huh.
Mine might be
You
that
know,
weird one.
since Mephiles is literally part of
What?
like
You launched up into the crystal and stop. What the heck's wrong with you, Mario?
since
What's it say?
Mephiles is literally part of Iblis, and mm,
That's
is this a
7.
real? Yep. What happened?
Hey y'all, Scott here.
Were you kicked out?
Way up there, huh? At least it's not too far away.
Malachi. Well, if he's talking, I don't hear.
It's in a reasonable spot.
But yeah, there are. Okay, I know for a fact Cody would agree on this story. She's a Chow with Spike as a true friend. I mean, they looks like the same, based on the same colors, kind of, except for that cheese is more like blue and then purple. But it works. The only difference, the only thing that might have to work out, it was like how to, well, uh, if he can understand the language. As a true friend, yeah, but true love, doubt it. Doubt it. That's not like a big no for me, though. Man, my throat is killing me. Espiel with Octavia the Melody. That might work. Sally Acorn with Luna. Oh yeah, that
Huh.
works.
In the situation, and
What happened? It's just
it went work that time. That's awesome.
Charmy B with Apple Bloom. You know what? I good
Charlie bit
potential
my
here.
finger.
I'd see that possibility happen. Um,
For anyone that knows what I'm referencing.
I don't think so.
It's no
Not
classic
exactly.
YouTube video.
Vanilla with Mayor. Oh yeah, I
What?
can see that.
Oh
Now.
my god! Really? Okay, sure.
Okay.
Mario
How about this,
rolled
though?
out of his jump and landed into the
Okay.
lava. That's just awesome. I'm going
Okay, how about this? How about this? How about this shipping? Vector the crocodile with vinyl.
Huh.
Cody. Vector with vinyl. What do you think?
What's Victor?
Vector the crocodile.
Oh wait.
Sonic Karen.
Oh wait, sorry. Victor.
As many Sonic Sprite videos.
The underwater voice.
There is like this many Sonic friend Sprite videos like finding the computer room. That type of character. But his
just in the background. He's like
Vector with
what the hell
vinyl.
did you guys talk about?
Vinyl scratch. You think that works? Yeah, I thought so too.
Or
I mean, vinyl.
poultry or whatever.
I mean,
reason.
since
I don't know why
since
people call her that.
since vinyl is a DJ and Vector, I mean, he wears headphones and looks like be a DJ, even though he's part of Team Chaotix, along with Charmy and Espio, and well, technically, Mighty used to be part of Team Chaotix for one part.
Actually, I'm gonna get 5 stars for this. Do like a 5-star.
I believe in Knuckles used to be part of Team Chaotix at one point. But Bunny the Rabbit with Apple Bloom as a true friend. That definitely works. Ooh, with Vinyl Sally Acorn with Apple Bloom as a true friend. That definitely works. I can see Sally with me.
Sorry.
I can see Sally.
What? Actually, I am gonna check for 2 of them.
I can
Who
see.
know
I
are
can even.
not too sure.
I can see Sally with either with Cadence, Celestia, Luna, Twilight as well, because they have one thing in common: being royal. Though I don't know if many are some of my viewers or even if even you guys are even thought about that. Because when I made story of any characters from Sonic's characters end up in Equestria, have you ever thought about this one? What if that they when say when Sonic end up in Equestria, when he end up dating Rainbow Dash, how about that they couldn't even communicate in the first beginning? I mean, even though even though that they sound that they talk English, but since the pony characters and as the Cody, do you remember the series when Star Swirl and the others returned in that series finale? But they mentioned as old Ponish. Do you remember when Star Swirl and the others came back in series finale? In a season finale? Yeah. So what are they talking about old Ponish as a language? Have you ever thought about it? Like when if any of the Sonic characters end up in Equestria, do you think they could even understand each other in the beginning? Because if do you think if any of the Sonic characters could understand any of the pony characters if they end up in their universe in the first time.
Well, if it's old Ponish, keyword being old, then that means it
I mean,
used to be a language. It doesn't sound
well,
like
I mean,
they
oh,
use it anymore, though.
okay, I can give you an example. English, British English, Old English would eventually evolve to more the modern English. But what I was trying to referring at that only in the world where Sonic and his friends were living in, they live in a world where English is the main language. Well, part of it is that franchise. But here's the thing: if they would have had end up in an Equestria, since Equestria is on a planet in a whole different universe, it's not saying had to been saying it as a statement, like trying to say is it's not like saying that ponies
Mm.
in general is speaking English, but they're speaking Ponish. But to us, it sounds like English, not the languages. But if if a character from a different universe end up in Equestria and they talking, or at least hearing the Pony characters talking, but it sounds a whole different language, and they can even talk to each other. It's like it's almost like sending in Malachi to Japan, and he trying to talk English to some of the people there, but he wouldn't even understand what they're saying. Or if I end up in Spain, I don't even speak Spanish. It's an example. So it's possible that the pony characters doesn't really understand any of the MLP character or Sonic characters what how they saying. I mean English compared to Polish language. I mean I'm just saying this. It's never something that crossed my mind. But thinking of maybe there's more Sonic character stories lately, and one of them is Rarity with Knuckles. That's a Christmas gift story. But for who? Uh, let's see, what was it
Bubble
for?
Godzilla.
What?
I, I think that was for
3-ish. What about
uh,
Godzilla
hmm?
2000?
Godzilla 2000 is for he
What
has
about that
Dorothy
story
with
for
light.
Godzilla?
Uh, well, he actually
Mm.
the one that's uh
Oh,
Knuckles of Rarity is for Q Foxy 1434. For Godzilla 2000, he has Lyra and Derpy. RoboGamer had Ragamuffin with Rarity. Cody with Rarity and Celestia. Uh, and a friend of mine, she has Steve's World with Minonet. Code Lane and Code Lane has Tree Hugger Burn Oak. You had Lyra and Celestia. Dashi with Nurse Loving Heart. Acidigus, Shees, and Sikora. It's for at least one of those stores that I came up with so far. But I hadn't even done any of those stores yet. Like, literally, no. Spike with Rouge the Bat. Let me see first, Cody. I
didn't you
think.
automatically say that?
Uh, yeah, I actually
Like,
had that. I mean,
who else say it? I don't know.
I had a picture for that store, but I hadn't even made it yet. It's in among the cross stores I have thought of doing, but
Well,
just
surprised they
haven't.
remember that.
I mean, can you blame me? You have. I mean,
No, I'm saying I'm
even.
surprised I remember it. My memory is usually terrible.
I mean, can you even imagine this though? Try to remember like over nearly 1,700 stores in your own email, which I do have nearly. So
Well, Well, I mean, to be fair, I write stories too. I made like 150 of them so far, at least.
Well,
I don't know what number
let,
Valentine's is.
well, let me know when you're reached like 700.
His is 5. His is the 50-year anniversary.
Also, Swedish, I was gonna recommend you maybe doing maybe like if you do the Celestia's Rarity story early, I was wondering if you might make a remake of it for Fire Guys as like a birthday present from me, since me and you are friends with her through Facebook.
Did you just say flying
I mean,
dragons?
her birthday's has a little past.
I'm just saying for
Yeah,
next
yeah,
year.
no.
This
Late birthday, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, her birthday's actually in June, like 2 days after Sweden's Independence Day, which is June 6th.
It's also
But
really
I know.
weird
I'm
how
just
the
I'm just suggesting an idea ahead
I
of
know, I
time.
know. I know
You know
that
what?
could.
You know what? You know what else? I can see her. I can see her character Moonberry with Minuet as a true love.
Mm, there is even another story. Uh, I don't. What's
wrong
her
with that.
name again? Wait. Here's another one.
Where is the star gonna spawn? I just realized I don't even know where it's gonna spawn.
Here's another story that Olstein was
Oh,
thought of doing. It's about Blaze. Let's see.
shit!
Blaze the cat with
I thought I was gonna do something cool again.
Blaze the cat
Unfortunately,
with
I'm not cool enough.
Blaze the cat with Son Spike. But I don't remember if I got me doing it as true friend or true love. But Malachite actually suggested me. I think it was what 1 or 2 months ago for another stories based on true sibling. I actually thought about it, and it. I can say right now, it's just if you're talking about like official siblings, the story amount, the amount of those stories won't even get any close to my other stories amount. I mean, it should have been saying that there in the act like in G4 and G5, there aren't that many siblings, couples, couple siblings or pair of siblings have been seen. I mean, either from Shining Armor, Twilight, or some in that. I mean, I could include as
Oh,
even
there, I'll go.
uh, step siblings, adopted siblings, but there hasn't even been much any of those either. Like, say, if Diamond Tiara would have been having Silver Spoon as her adopted sister or stepsister, like that. It hasn't even been much that many in front of the entire G4.
I mean, between I mean with them, I could kind of see him being part of part of various family as kind of like sisters to Swede Bell.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't do true sibling stories. But since there haven't even been that many I mean, there haven't even been that many parallel siblings throughout G4. Even if there may have been like in the background. I mean, I know that Vinyl has an older brother, but he has never actually been in any of the series episodes. Only in a comic. But that would still count. But there are.
Sorry, it's Mario.
I mean, I would have loved to have
Not
make a
you, it's
story.
me.
I would have loved to make a story based on Flurry Heart with a sibling, but they didn't even have another child in the series, which would have been very amazing that they did. Maybe a sister or brother.
I
But
mean, I mean, it would probably be kind of in of good
Yes,
interest to maybe include a new a newborn kid having a future with Flurry Hard as like because she is one for that some newborns might not be able to resist when they grow up.
True, but when it comes to like siblings in G4, even though they may only have been like in one of this episode where the Cutie Market Satyrs turned older by the magical flower by accident, they encounter a pair of siblings. Looks like that. There might only been maybe just one or two episodes that were actually only a they were only like a no only a handful of episodes where there were a pair of siblings that did in fact appear in the whole series. But they only appeared just once. But they would still count because they were part of the official series. So I don't think that would have any much of a problem with. And but as for from like the very beginning of G4 from season 1 to season 9, for the entire 9 years, there have been like only a handful of siblings that I can even count, minus the main six. I would love to see more of those. Other maybe perhaps even seen a couple of episodes just based on about uh, only about say Applejack with Apple Bloom, Sweet Belle with Rarity, Scootaloo with
Apple,
Rainbow
what about
Dash.
Apple Bloom and well, Apple Bloom and Big Mac as a true sibling?
Yeah, that is not the thing about it. When it comes to like doing a true sibling story, I can definitely do one with Apple Bloom with Big Mac, one with Big Mac with Applejack, and one with Applejack with Apple Bloom, and so vice versa. And it's just, but when it comes to like say one with the if I make one Twilight Sparkle Shining Armor true sibling, and then making someone like Shining Armor Twilight Sparkle true friend sibling, no, it
True
it would
sibling
be.
would
down there.
I
I
can
mean
only
Celestia and Luna could fall under a true sibling too.
Yes, yeah, they do. But I can only do one story per that per sibling. Only if you only in like two siblings. It would have been kind of a bit weird if I did two, but changing the place of the names, you know. But like I said, there has only been a handful of sibling pairs in this entire series, and I wouldn't mind to do those. But I'm trying to say is that when I do that, there won't be that
Weird.
many. There won't be so that many stores if I compare to the True Love stores, because I mean,
Mm.
or those twins, the twin couple, the not couple, but those twins from Rainbow Road Trip, when they went to that when they helped to return the colors at town, that works because they were part of the movie even though they were not actually in the series. See you later, Cody. But yeah,
Well,
but
apparently that bomb likes to commit bombicide.
if I had to do a more of if I will do true sibling stories, there's only one thing I will do first of all. Uh, do research, basically. Like uh, try to come up with try to find every single sibling pairs minus from the main six and have all of them just lined up for potentials to see how many are. Can you? I cannot even. What I'm trying to say is knowing for a fact, knowing how. Ooh, you know what? They just came to me. Scootaloo, her dad and his sister, they're siblings. That works. So I'm trying to say is there may not never be as many true stores of so as many number of stores as the true love stories. I mean, that's like over almost 800. But
Hmm.
I, but I'm not going to do any true sibling stories at the moment until I have at least to find out there how many there are from the entire G4 and of course G5. But I will not include any from G2 or G3 or G1 since I haven't seen neither G1 or G3 or G2 in like what over 10 years or so, or even 20 years. And yeah, that was not the same. But I can probably try to I will do some research to see how many siblings there are in G4 and in G5. But in G5, I can't actually see how many are. The only one I can remember right now is Pip and Sip. Other than that, I can't see how many other siblings. None of the new main six has any, except for Pip and Sip, but the others don't. Like Misty doesn't even have a sibling. Night Glider, Rainbow Dash. Yeah, I mean, I can see that happening.
I mean, see it through. See,
Dude,
you gotta see it through my eyes with this, Spish. I mean, it's we don't even know if many of the Wonderbolts have family in them as well, aside from Spitfire and her mom. I mean, from the looks of the Wonderbolts,
Exactly.
I always thought Soren and Wave Chill were brothers because they both have the same main style, even though their mains
no,
are a
but
bit differently
really?
colored.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
always thought
it's.
those two were
I
like
mean,
twin
considering.
brothers.
Mhm. And as for Surprise, also look like it could be a sister to Pinky. I mean, they looks like almost identical except
Hmm.
different coat colors and oh,
Yeah.
Pinky's siblings. That would
What
be
about
that.
if you did if you did Pinky's siblings? I would probably suggest you do Pinky with Marble, since she is a bit quiet. In I kind of think Marble kind of has like the softer side of Pinky's sisters
Hmm.
of the two, because she's like
Yeah.
the cutest one. Always go. Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that reminds me of one thing about Marvel. Um, in the one that they made of the main six to try to find one gift for their friends. In that particular episode or that special. Okay, that is a Sunny Mario.
Oh,
But in that special where Big Mac and his family are visiting the Pie family's farm, the Rock Farm, seeing where uh, Sugar Bell is kissing Big Mac, and Marble is in the background seeing it, and she's crying. It was indicating that she were in fact in love with Big Mac, and for Sugar Bell, well, she actually has only mentioned just one relative of hers, which is a cousin.
I mean, in Dashley actually pointed this out to me one time when we were doing our role play. If you haven't noticed, Sugar Bell and Rarity, as well as Sweetie Belle, all have the same last name.
Well, that's the thing. We don't even know for fact if Pi is even the last name. Even though the most of the family do in fact had Pi in the name, but have you thought about it? Their parents, Cloudy Quartz, the mother, she doesn't even have Pi part of her name, or the father. And if
Maybe she enjoyed. maybe she enjoyed eating pie so much, and that was her family's favorite thing to make as a dessert growing up, which is what gave them the idea for their kids' names.
Let's talk
I
about the
mean,
fact that both those stories were over the edge.
wow. But have you ever thought about this though? Dash
So it's
family.
getting wrong with
I
this.
mean,
It's
Dash
kind of scary.
has. Well, that was interesting. To just jump
So
off the edge.
whatever.
But I mean, think about it. Rainbow Dash. Dash is her supposed to be the last name,
Yeah,
but
Papa.
neither. But
That's
her
work.
mother. But her mother is Whistling Whistle, and that is not even part of her name. And the Fluttershy. She didn't even have Shy. Shy is for Mr. and Mrs. Shy, which her parents been only referred to, and even that, except for Breeze, he doesn't even have Shy in as a part of the name. And Fluttershy, I mean, Shy, it not necessarily had to be their last name. And for Celestia Luna, they don't even have two names. They only have just only one word as a name, not like a last name. And as for the Apple family, sure, they have Apple, but they're only known as the Apple family based because of their occupation, the growing apples.
And their names are related to apples as well, like Big Macintosh. Macintosh is a type of apple. Golden Delicious is
Thanks.
also a type of apple.
And Granny Smith and Apple Bloom, which also according to on the MLP Wikia, has a different name, Apple Blossom.
Yeah, an
And
Applejack's a beer. So I guess they get
exactly.
drunk every now and again.
And yeah, so
It's the
in general, none of the characters in MLP doesn't even have a last name. Because even if they
I
had,
mean,
I mean, only like in
Yeah.
Pie family, only the daughters has the part Pie, but none of the others. And Twilight's family, Twilight has Sparkle, Shining Armor has Armor, her father has Light because his name is Nightlight, and her mother Twilight Velvet. So it doesn't even make sense. Why would they assuming as everyone has a cake family or the cake family? Well, pound cake and pumpkin cake, and Mr. and Mrs. Cake. Okay, some family may had this as a part of the cake, just have a last name, but not every single family does that. Like the rich family has one, but even the main characters, like the main six, like Ratchet's family, they don't even have a last name. I mean, her father, Cookie Crumble. The father, Hound of Flanks. Rarity, just simple rarity. Sweetbell, Sweetbell. Because we don't really know if the word bell is a last name or if it's just not the whole full name, but just the space between the words. Think about it. I mean, they may not even maybe that the last name in Equestria may not even be as part of the maybe this just something that some characters or some families choose to have. Maybe this is that not every single has one that everyone has a last name.
All right. Well, here's my thing, and this is just something I've always thought, and it's always been my head canon. Whenever a character has like Sweetie Belle, Sugar Belle, Pinkie Pie, whatever, I always saw that as their middle name, and I always thought that their
Exactly.
last name was something else. Like their
Yeah, I
last
mean,
name is what their family name is, and then they just use their middle name
I
instead.
mean,
It fits them
there
better.
is even, I mean, there is even another
That's what I
character.
always.
Makes sense, but there is one character. This only happened in the comics. Her name is Nimbus Dash. I mean, it's a possibility that she could have been related to the Rainbow Dash family. I mean, since Nimbus Dash only appeared in the comics during the time of the old Pillars of the Questia, before they were banished into the limbo. So it's possible Dash could have been a last name. Maybe not that every single family in Equestria choose to have a last name. I mean, like if there was a common practice, would it make sense if even the royal sisters would have a last name? And even if they would have one, what would that last name even be, though? I mean, I'm just trying to
I
say,
mean, I mean,
even
I have seen. I mean, considering with the stories I've seen with you, I mean, they d- they do have parents as well as sisters, but if their last, but if they had like the last name of their of their mom, that would have been Galaxia or whatnot. And their dad's name of Millennium, I could kind of almost see that on the sisters. You know, like Sterling Galaxia, Celestia Galaxia, kind of, something like that.
true. I mean, it's possible. I mean, if you think about this though, like Funneling is the big brother to Rumble, but they don't even have a last name, and she's
That's
Sandwich.
why I think it's the middle name, because
Yeah,
a lot of people don't use their middle names.
exactly.
Last
And
name you
she's,
do, but no one ever uses their middle name.
but here's the thing. I mean, even if they only had like two words in their names, who knows if that's is even the middle name or even the last name? Because many
I just like
characters have
thinking
that.
it is because I feel like that makes more sense.
Yeah, but
Because
even so,
as much
uh,
as because let's just take an example real quick. Apple Bloom. If you just called her Apple, like what kind of a name is that? You know what I mean?
um,
Like if you just called her Apple and that's it, nothing
okay,
else. It's like
okay. How about
what
this?
what how are you supposed
What
to
about
keep track of that? So if
what
you
about
put
Discord?
Bloom, which is probably her middle name, in there too, now you have a full name, kinda.
Well, what about Discord?
I don't need a second name.
Well, what about Sakura?
Well, some people don't use, like I said, some people don't use their middle name. Like
I mean,
I have a middle
yeah.
name and I never use it. No
I
one
mean,
ever
it's
uses it
true,
because it doesn't really do anything.
true.
Some people do,
But
some people don't. It's just
I
how
mean,
it works for people. Why wouldn't it work that way for ponies too?
I
I
mean,
mean, think it
and
makes
also,
sense
and also the example, and also to kind of put an example, what about the Changeling brothers?
for as a friend and his
That
brother.
was weird.
That makes sense. But or the Griffins, Jacks, or
And if
or
Chris,
anything.
and also think about this for one little second, Smash. If Chrysalis wasn't a queen or called herself an evil changeling queen, would she technically have been like a sister to Thorax and Pharynx?
Probably. But since technically she is the
Well, it was
mother of
never
them, all of
stated
them.
that she was, right? We don't know if she's related to any of the changelings.
Well,
Actually,
she is a
Maybe she's the
changeling.
mother.
You see them call her a changeling queen, so she is technically changeling.
But yes,
But
well,
I
unlike
understand that it's a
I
changeling. That's
think
not what I'm saying. I'm saying none
um
of them say, "Oh, hi there, mom. Hi there, auntie." No one says that she's related to them.
no. I mean,
That
it makes sense.
they're her queen, right? And
Even
it's like we don't know what
okay,
their
first,
relationship is besides that.
Game Guy. How do you feel about this though? Because even Forax, he when he meets Spike for the first time in Crystal Empire, it was the outskirts. He tells them, like, he tells him the story how, and we can even see how Chrysalis is literally interacting with the new hatch changelings, and there has never actually been seen any other changelings that's like another queen or even like a mother or even a king. Think about it. I mean, even if though maybe
Well,
Chrysalis
they don't
isn't
need a
even.
king. They
I
suck
mean,
off
what if
lava, whatever.
okay? What if this? What if Chrysalis isn't even a queen at all? What if she isn't even a royalty at all? But she's just use a title for anything. But
But then why does she have a crown?
Well, maybe it's part of her body.
That if that
Like a-
was the case,
like-
then
like-
other
like a-
then other
you mean like a-
candidates would also have a crown.
You mean like a
But-
growth spurt?
Maybe. But there is another possibility why there aren't any other mothers, or in this case, a king. Chrysalis is both the queen and the king.
Like,
Meaning
she's
she's
asexual. Oh, God,
not well, kinda. I mean, like the huts in Star Wars. They're and the hermaphrodite, meaning
that would be so
What if-
weird. Just like one
I mean,
minute she's 1 minute Chrysalis is a girl, and the next thing you know,
technically, okay.
well,
Or about this, snails. They do in fact have both genders, and
Mhm.
and even humans can be born as
Um,
ones. So maybe this
Smash?
possibility. What?
technically, with
So
humans they have to like discover that that's not what their gender is. Humans work a little differently. They don't
I mean,
just
think
come
about
out of the body and they're a guy and suddenly they're just like put me back in, I'm a girl. They have to
I
discover
mean,
that for their own.
yeah, but think about
They
it.
work a little differently. Plus they can't
True.
just change their genders. They have to have this fucking really expensive and possibly really painful whatever it's
Surgery.
called. Surgery, yeah.
But the Chrysalis, I do believe it's actually possible that she might even be both. That she might be that she is both male and female, but just looks more female, feminine appearance, and that she is the one that she is able to lay the eggs. I mean, if you think
Oh.
about it, there has never actually been any other.
Also,
There have
the
never
other
been
thing
any
I would read
other.
about that too is that if she was both genders, then why specifically is she called a queen? Right? If
Maybe
she was
this. Maybe
both
the.
a queen and a king. If
Maybe
she was
the.
both a queen and a king, they would probably
Okay.
have like a title.
How about this?
I don't know what it'd be
Queen?
called, but
What?
it'd be
What
like
if that's?
like a queen?
I mean, what if the previous queen was like Chrysalis,
like that.
both? Okay. I mean, what if the previous queen also had both genders as Chrysalis? And that she's the one who gave herself.
Maybe there was a king. Maybe you know what? This is probably what
Yeah, we
happened.
don't even know
Maybe
that.
they
Yeah.
had another. Maybe they had a king, right? There
Or
was a king
maybe
and the
they.
queen, and the cage
Or-
leads, they suck off of love or whatever, like leeches. So maybe they
Well-
sucked off of the king's love. He died, and then
Or
Chrysalis just took over.
or maybe they just simply just choose, or maybe they just simply selecting the new queen randomly and the next king for random for
Maybe
some
they're
reason.
like bees.
But
Maybe they're like bees. They just kind of choose who the next
yeah,
queen's gonna be. after
yeah.
the
I mean, we
previous
don't even
queen
know for
died.
a fact why.
They're just like,
Yeah, I
okay,
mean-
you're the new queen now.
Yeah, we don't even know anything about the changelings'
Bodily functions.
actual society, how they even works or anything. But just
But I mean, also
it's a big mystery. But even if
Hello?
like in a brighter Discord, daughter Discord, it fails.
well, 2, 4, 5, 3.
But I mean, even in like a
Smash.
daughter Dis,
Well, first off, with you saying Chrysalis is probably both male and female, I can probably see example to that would have been the sound, how her voice is, because it sounds like she's talking as both a man and a woman combined at the same time. And also, do you think it's possible, like a possible theory, that maybe she was maybe either a forgotten sister or cousin of the royal sisters?
I mean, it's possible. I mean,
I don't think that's true.
I mean,
I'm
there
pretty
has
sure
been.
they're their own species
I mean, it's actually
that just don't happen to have, because this is a world where anything's possible, right? Any
I
creature
mean,
can have magical powers. Any creature
true.
can do magical things. It's not crazy to think that this just so happens to be another creature that can fly and do magic.
Even so, I mean, I have seen art of Chrysalis that she were as a pony and somehow transformed into a changeling after
Maybe
either
maybe
spell or
she was like
something.
the
But
shadow pony from
I
season
always
6 or
thought
whatever, where there was like one pony where
I
they
always
got
thought
like
Chrysalis
corrupted by
was
shadows
a
or
friend.
whatever, but
I always had visions.
right.
Maybe Chrysalis was a friend of Celestis, and she was cursed.
I mean, I
But then who
actually
cursed
kind
her?
of um I don't even know. I did actually a story based on that type of what can happen. How that Chrysalis actually at one point were a normal unicorn, but she was approached by a young
That
stallion,
no, not
and that Chrysalis uh, actually had a different name, and she ruled a small kingdom in some part of in Equestria. She was approached by a young stallion, asked for marriage, but she rejected him, and this stallion's mother gave her some cursed item, which somehow slowly transformed her into changelings. That is what I made in the story. I mean, it's very much possible any of that is a possibility. I mean, if you're looking at in that family looks different than looking at the T-Rex family. T-Rex father, he is a centaur, but the mother is a gargoyle. And T-Rex,
Look,
well, and T-Rex
I
is
feel
a
bad. I would feel bad for any hunchback of Notre Dame that had her as one of their gargoyles.
dude. Wow, really? But
that is
it's
terrible.
just this. And as for T-Rex, he turned out to be a centaur, while the Scorpion actually turned out to be a gargoyle.
Mm.
Well,
So that is just for the
there
things
is
that.
if we're gonna just talk about things that we don't get, I've got one thing right now, right here, that always drove me nuts in both G4 and G5, and it's something that just always wanted to talk about. Celestia's coat, Celestia's coat color is white, Luna's is blue, and yet somehow they're sisters anyway. How can they be two separate colors and still be siblings? Like that makes no
Well,
sense. Like
game
if
guy.
they
Then
don't
The,
if they don't even have the same last name and they don't even look like each other. They have
well,
different
it's
eyes
possible.
also, which is definitely not how that
Well,
works.
here's the thing, Game Guy. It's very likely that also possibility that both their parents had also different coat colors and even
It doesn't
main
seem
colors and eye
like
colors.
and that's what I was about to say, Smish. Green Galaxy has a white coat, so that's where Celestia got her white color from.
but
Their
she's not
dad is blue. That's where Luna got her blue color from.
Malachi. I
Yeah,
hate
but
to tell you this, they're not real characters. They're fan made.
exactly. But another thing is, but
And if
I
you want
mean, it
another
makes sense.
example of what I'm talking about, Twilight's mother is white, her father is blue. How is she light purple if neither of them are light purple? Her brother isn't
Yeah,
even light purple.
They don't even have brothers.
Twilight has a brother. His name's Shining Armor.
I thought we were still talking about the royal sisters. We don't even know if they have brothers or not.
mm-mm.
Maybe they do.
But
I don't know.
okay, think
I mean,
about
think
it.
about this too. Celestia had fucking Princess Blue Bloodheart or
Blue
whatever.
blood.
He exactly, and he was her great whatever nephew,
Yeah,
and we don't
52
know if
times
that's
great
like Luna's
nephew.
kid or her kid, or actually it was her kid. It must be her son, but
Um,
that means they probably do have a brother or a cousin
well,
or
actually,
whatever somewhere. Maybe maybe they were
technically,
like maybe it was like
even if
Shining Armor and Cadence. I don't know.
that might be a little bit issue on that part you're thinking, game guy. If Blue Blood was Luna's kid, technically he would have been a nephew to Celestia, but he's also a nephew to Luna, so that wouldn't make sense. How can it that only that both call it a nephew? Plus,
True. I
if
was kind
Luna,
of thinking that he was maybe
but
the first
here's a
kid of Shining Armor and Cadence, but
no, but he is like 52 times great nephew to both Luna and Celestia. It's like very distant nephew. So the only logical answer is that they had a sibling, but that was never even a reference. They were never to mention that. And in the book, even in the actual book called Journal of the Royal Sisters, mentioning how when Celestia and Luna became the rulers on Equestria, that never mentioned anything about any siblings or the parents. There was no reference to that. Or in
So,
G5.
but if that's the case, do you think it's possible that maybe, even though it was never mentioned, do you think maybe there's a chance that Blue Blood was Cadence's brother?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, at the same time, we don't even know nothing about any of her
I
family.
mean, we don't.
The only ones that we,
How old is Cadence even?
well, she is not even 1,000 years old. That's for sure until it.
If we don't know how many times great adopted niece she is to Celestia and Luna, they never say.
One. Actually, she isn't even 1 times distant. Well, she'll, because I know the answer to that.
Yeah, you're right. Because she would still be
Because
the first. Because
she,
whatever.
Cadence is
But
Cadence. Cadence is actually the same age as Cadence is actually the same age as Knight Shining Armor, and she was only adopted in the family after she was turned as an alicorn. And for her being related to Blue Blood as nephew or like that, it's not possible. And as for any comics, the only comics reference to Cadence only an unknown relative would have been Princess Amor, the original princess of Crystal Empire, the one that Sombra turned into stone. But it's also the question is if that was even considered as canon. So Blue Blood, as Blue Blood has only been described as 52 times great nephew to Luna and Celestia. And as many fan stories about them having their family, the parents, which is not even canon. So if Blue Blood is 52 times great nephew to Luna and Celestia, but since they never had any reference of a sibling or even a distant sibling, even if they were had a sibling in the past, is it is it possible that that sibling never even bore an alicorn? I mean, for also as the reference here, in G5 they're mentioning Skyros, where Celestia and Luna are from, as the land of alicorns. But we don't even just saying that every the one that lived there were alicorns. There could have been even been another simply be normal ponies as well living there. So we don't even know for a fact if Luna and Celestia had a unicorn or even Earth Pony or Pegasus sibling that could have been the direct that who could actually be the direct parent to the direct ancestor to Blue Blood. So even if there were a lot of possibilities, but there's it's just simply saying it's not impossible. It's at the moment nearly impossible to say exactly who or if
Well,
they even had a sibling, since they've never been officially confirmed from neither from Hasbro or Lord Faust. I'm just saying, since there were no any reference of any of that Celestial Luna having as a sibling, maybe simply but I'm just saying there was Lord Faust who said on made a statement in an interview that Blue Blood was about 52 times great nephew, but that was never mentioned as in an actual series. So
Mm.
maybe so he's just only adopted as a nephew. I mean, he's a unicorn, but at the same time, we don't really know. I mean, they never really much as but at the same time, this series was mainly about the main six and their adventures, not much about the background characters, you know. But I mean, it's yeah, it is a big mystery. Even though there he's somehow distant related to Luna and Celestia, but how
That's
or
alright.
who he is related, yeah, I haven't known myself about. I don't know one thing about thinking much about it since headache, whole things, and it's just
I mean, and also if you did look at a picture of Gold Lily and Sterling on Google Images, there was a YouTube video that I watched called Fuels of Love, where the main six's lovers had to save them, like the main six were corrupted and didn't have a care in the world anymore, and they had to save them. And right after they ended up and saving them, Celestia gave Flash, Sentry, and Twilight a picture of their family. And Flash Sentry said, "Call me a bit crazy, but but you and Sterling kind of look similar to each other. As in, Sterling and Twilight were both purple, but Sterling has a bit more color in her mane to, uh, to her mane than Twilight does."
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, even thinking about it, I mean, there might
But
be many
if that's
fear.
the case, then we're then at some but if that's the case, then where in the world at some point in Twilight's family did she was there any royalty involved?
Who knows? But there is another thing about it, like another characters mentioned of they being related. There is one cult named First Base. He kind of looks like Flash Sentry. Many fans assume that he could have been like a
Um,
younger brother, Flash. So
and also, what about the possibility of the thing of Flash Magnus being Princess Gold Lily's son?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, considering of many of how many characters they're being introduced in the series throughout season 1 to season 9, and just imagine how many theories that have actually been thought of could actually be even real. I mean, many wondered, like, who is Celestia Luna's parents? Did they have any siblings? And how did they even came to power? Were they born as alicorns, or especially when Flurry Heart was born? There was immediately fears of how could it, if they mentioned that she was born natural alicorn, but what about Luna and Celestia? Well, before season 6 was even made, the book that was I did mention earlier, Journal of the Two Royal Sisters, that was the only reference as a canon source of where Luna and Celestia were born as alicorns. And now that and later on in P5, as openly stated that and also showed that both Luna and Celestia were alicorns as Phyllis. So it only mentions like they were born as alicorns. So it makes sense. But at the same time, that was over 1,000 years ago. But there were many theories of like how old can an alicorn even live? Or like are they
And yet,
totally
you just
immortal?
said a little bit ago that we're not sure if Celestia and Luna had other siblings. How would Opaline have known that unless she was born around the same time they were?
That I can confirm she were because she lived. and lived. She was born and raised in Skyros at the same time as Celestia Luna, because she is roughly the same age as them. And Opaline actually, and since both Luna and Celestia are alicorns and they lived for over 1,000 years, and since Gn as G5 is taking place only a few hundred years after G4, and since Opaline is still pretty much alive and looking very much young, so and she also said in one particular episode, I don't remember exactly for in which chapter it were in, but that she is immortal. So alicorns that born as alicorns is immortal. But those who turn, not so much as much an answer to that. So Luna, Celestia, and Opaline are around the same age, and all of them both as born as alicorns. But
But that
it,
raises one other question: is Obling a forgotten sister or a forgotten cousin to them?
that's another
Well, she's
question I don't even
been a
know.
friend. Not everyone
I
has to be
mean,
related to each other.
true. And I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, we don't even know that everyone that lives in that was lived in Skyros was all alicorns, or if it was like a man. I mean, you remember that episode when the old main six made this Christmas
Thank
special play
you.
they made? That particular episode where they mentioned that the old land where alicorns, the old ponies used to live in, that were like eventually covered in ice. It may Maybe that land used to be Skyros. What if now that the whole land is covered in ice? And but who knows? But Opaline actually did mention in when she showed Misty about when she shown uh, Luna and Celestia when they were still as Phyllis. She tried to be their friend, but they ignored her because they thought they were superior because they could rise and lower the moon and the sun, and that Opaline could only control fire, which she called her fire alicorn. Maybe
Madam,
there are
we have a kid for you.
That's not
well,
my boo boo. Hey, look, it ain't your boo
there's a,
boo.
there's another one.
You know,
But
if you
like I
learned
said,
how to turn 180 degrees, you could find her on your own.
we don't even know much about any of Celestia Luna's background. It's only been confirmed that they've been born around the same time as Opaline, and they're over 1,000 years old, and they're immortal. But
Uh,
yeah, just
Okay, that
you
was a
know.
horrible
But
slide.
then the question is like, how are they related to Blue Blood? Maybe they had maybe a sibling that wasn't even an alicorn at all. Maybe, or maybe that he just was recently adopted into the family. That he is, and since he is a unicorn, maybe he was just adopted in the family as their nephew. Because as on Wikipedia on MLP Wiki it says that Lauren Faust stated maybe that he was 52 times great times the nephew to both the sisters. But since that was not even mentioned at all in the actual series, so it's very much possible that Celestia Luna, or is Celestia, adopted in Blue Blood as part of the family. I mean, she did that when when Cadence turned as an alicorn when she became an adopted niece to Luna and Celestia. And when that happened, well, I presume at least that even Twilight became adopted niece to Luna and Celestia after she became an alicorn. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. I mean, if she did it, I mean,
how would
after
that make
Cadence,
sense if she was at the time Celestia's faithful student and already had a family of her own?
I mean, she
Well,
did stop. I mean,
it could be her. I
I
don't
have,
know. Her
I
faithful
have an answer. I do
niece. I
have an
don't
answer
know.
for that. do have an answer for that. After when Celestia Water turned Twilight and Alicorn, she stopped being her student at the same time. She was no longer her faithful student. Dude, really.
Get your head out of the snow, Mario.
But Celestia,
Please.
when she turned Twilight and Princess, she stopped being her faithful student in the same particular manner as before. But now she's just simply as an but she weren't
That's so
technically
much
not the same
respect.
student anymore because she was a student, but not at the same way. Because now, Celestia became her student and teacher in a different manner, in teaching her how to be a princess. Because before then, she was still how to learn about friendship. But later, after turning into an alicorn, she was now how to learn how to be as a princess. So in a different manner. Or in some that manner, I just don't know. My head hurts. But when it comes to in the Celestials and their family, or at least I don't know if were adopted sister or adopted niece to Luna Celestia. At least assume that she is after Cadence became a dad after she was returned as a princess. I mean, I had always assumed at least. I don't know for sure if that is. Maybe you're right, Malachite. Maybe that she isn't her adopted niece or anything. But at the same time, I just don't know. And
Well, I
for
didn't say anything towards Dashy's character. I meant like why would Twilight be like an adoptive part of Celestia and Luna's family if at the time all this was going on she was a faithful student of hers?
well,
Like like her parents
I
were
don't
okay
know.
with her taking these classes in the first place.
I really don't know, but I mean, it's just something that many people
Man,
assumed.
I have a baby for you. No, I don't.
That's funny.
He's spun me right round, baby, right round.
But the same
I
thing is
got
for Blue Blood. I mean,
I don't know.
it's like here's the thing. What about when did Blue Blood was if he was adopted in a family? Well, that happened when Luna was still as Light Moon on the moon.
Okay, but if Cadence was born, if like you say, if Cadence was born in the Crystal Empire, and Blue Blood was like is a nephew to Luna and Celestia, where on Earth was Blue Blood born at? Another kingdom that we don't even know about?
Who knows? That would have been the case that would have been the case if they did. I mean,
I think with
I
this
mean,
part,
if he's the supposed, if he's supposed to be the nephew, and like I said, only Lauren Faust stated in an interview that he could have been the 52 times great times nephew to Luna Celestia. That would only meant that they had a sibling. But also if they had a sibling a long time ago that wasn't in Alicorn, or he could have been a nephew, or maybe he could have been maybe he was that,
oh,
or they
huh,
did
I mean,
had,
I'm just,
or they
I mean,
had,
I'm just
or
following
they
the theory that if Cadence was born in the Crystal
yeehaw.
Empire, would he have been born in a different empire that wasn't even mentioned at all in the series?
it's possible, but also it's possible that they do in fact have a sibling that ruling a different kingdom. But Cadence, well, I I think she wasn't even born in his
Where
Crystal
did that
Empire.
star go?
I believe she was actually born in Canterlot because at the time when she was even turned into an alicorn, Crystal Empire was still gone. It actually returned
Oh,
after because it only returned
I
after
thought maybe
being
that
vanished
would
for a
save me
thousand
with
years.
it.
I mean, I think it's possible that one of Caden's ancestor was living in Crystal Empire, managed to escape, or maybe has some relatives that lived outside Crystal Empire at the time, and eventually led to how she was born. but I just don't know. And as for Blue Blood, maybe he was actually adopted in a family at the time when Celestia was ruling herself, and maybe she saw a potential that he could have been maybe an alicorn. I mean, we never seen a male one, except for the one that's only appeared in the French comic, were named Leon, a male cousin or a 3-year-old to Luna and Celestia. But that is not even canonical at all. But just saying, for Luna and Celestia's, as for their nephew, Blue Blood, that they never explained how he's even related. I mean, other than he's a nephew, but they just not to mention exactly how, or or if he was adopted in a family or something. And they like, maybe he was adopted in a family, maybe his family was that he was an orphan, and that Celestia felt lonely after being alone for 1,000 years while her sister is as on the moon. Think about it. Maybe she just wanted a family. So she visited an orphanage, adopted the blue blood, and turned a prince and her adopted nephew. But even if that would have been the case, they never mention that he's adopted. At least not even on the MLP Wikia or in the show. So it is possible it could either be either. But I just don't know. I mean, it's many possibilities that he could have been adopted in a family, or he's just a long distant relative of theirs from very far away. But that not and but that was not even explained either. So who knows how how is he even related? I mean, if they said that he was a nephew, he could have been a cousin to them, or he could even have people who could. I mean, if they never said that he was a nephew, fans probably would assume that he was a son of Luna or Celestia. I mean, think about it. He is white in color, in a coat color as Celestia, so that would have make some sense. That would make some sense that he could have been the son of Celestia, and the father. Well, it could have been a nobleman or noble pony, and that he could have caught the coat color from Celestia, and the main color and as the blonde one from the father. That makes sense some level, I think. But at the same time, they never explained if how it was even how he was even related to them. Only that he's a nephew. But since they never mentioned about sibling or if he was adopted, never all. I mean, it's not really much in explaining how that's, you know, it's just there might be still many theories of how Blue Blood is related to Luna Celestia, but I don't think we'd never get much of a clear answer to that. And even Lauren Faust maybe tell us, tell us all that, but then if she gives us an answer, question is if that would even still consider this canon, because that was not even mentioned in the series at all. You know, but in my opinion, maybe the best that we never know. Some questions are best left unanswered.
Yeah.
And the same thing as for Discord. Many assume that he was part of the species, but that was later to confirm that he's only one, and that he's not even part of a species, that he's just a spirit. And many had even assumed when they talked about who would uh, like uh, like how about characters being end up shipping? Well, many had assumed that Lyra and Bonbon were straight ups were a couple for many years, which turned out to that was in fact in case when they proposed to each other in one particular episode in the background, and even got married in the last one. And many assume that Pinky were in a relationship with Cheese Sandwich when he first appeared, after he first appeared, that many ship with him. Well, they were right. He did end up marrying Pinky and eventually even had a son, Lil Cheese. So, and many assume that even Twilight would even end up with Flash Sentry. I mean, there were some romance between her and Flash in the human world, and also how she felt a bit so Luke to be attracted towards near the end of the when she encountered the pony version of him. Or how about Big Macintosh and Marble Pie? The many fans assumed they would end up be dating or something like that. After all, many fans and meat shippings how they were blushing when they were close to each other in that particular Christmas special episode. Well, that even happened. At least Marvel seems to have some feelings for Macintosh. But he was already in a serious relationship with Sugar Bell. So, assuming it for many reasons, might be different from that. You know, can never even you can people cannot make always make so many assumptions of different reasons or something like that. So,
Hmm.
but there will always be theories based on exactly within the NLP chart in general. Like, what about um like Sunny's father, Olga? We know that he died at some point in the first movie. Okay, that's a blue Mario. um, but we know that Sunny's father died, but they never specified exactly when or how. Only that he died at some point, and and but they were not much saying exactly how many centuries that had passed between G4 and G5. Only a number of centuries had passed, but that's it. So there will always been some unanswered questions, like what happened to Twilight? Did she live longer, a bit longer than her friends did, to have her being an alicorn? Who knows? I mean, it's hard to say for that reason. I mean, it's possible that she could have outlived her friends just for maybe a century, or she's even still alive. Who even knows? Many assumed, probably wonder, what about Discord? What about his life being after Flashlight died? Well, lonely. After Flashlight died, after the magic disappeared, he withdrew himself to the ruins of Camelot and lived deep underground in the caverns. So, you know, many wonders about the other characters. I mean, how long did Applejack or Rarity live or anything? Did Rarity end up with Spike? Did this Applejack end up with someone else like maybe Rainbow Dash or any of that? It's just some of those questions may never actually be answered. How many stars are you thinking getting this one?
Probably 5.
Yeah, after that, after those 5 stars, I will end the stream.
All right.
And
All right.
I think and was super millionaire afterwards. I don't know.
I don't think I can get that. Especially if I die. I couldn't even give it a shot. Oh, you're really just gonna give us the longest levels, aren't you? Also, those are very pink coins, by the way. I know they don't look pink on the stream, but they're pink. Real men collect pink coins. It's just how it goes. Behind it.
Oh, it's. I might have been surprised. I actually just learned that in the production of for MLP the movie, uh, this might surprise you. Um, in early drafts of My Little Pony the movie, they were going to introduce Cosmos, a brother to Luna and Celestia, but they decided to change that and made him into Tempest Shadow instead. That's something.
Wow, am I gonna get a game over on the last seed? Is that what's happening here?
Probably.
We won't worry about this treasure chest that's barely poking out of the pirate ship. Ow. Anyway, so what are you up to? What's going on, Swedish? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. Bit tired, but not much. You know, daily life as usual. It's just not much happening.
Yeah. Might work on my look at story later. I'm almost done with chapter 6. I've just been a little busy with Golden Story or whatever. Stop. Now I have to find out what this penguin belongs to the mother. There we go. Tell me, Swedish, do you think this is the fake baby or the real baby?
I think it's a fake one.
Take it. Nope, it's the real one. Now, where are you gonna throw your star at? Over there? Where even is that? Oh, wait. I know where it is. Yep. Okay. Why is it every time I get star 2 in this area, the penguin always throws it like a million miles away into an impossible spot? I can make that. Wait. Backflip. Oh, I almost made it. That would have been kind of cool. Backflip right into the star. Ah, well. I got what I wanted. But lost what I had. What did I have before? Free time. Well, that Goomba just threw himself off the edge. It was really just a depressing sight, honestly. I don't think I don't think I'm gonna ever be the same. Also, I think I know what game Roy's gonna play after Kingdom Battle. Probably the game I've been playing. That's also been distracting me. This is a really good game. I'll tell you something. I only need one more. Where's the last coin? It's on the floating platforms over here, isn't it? No? Where's the coin?
Who knows? Might be up there, might be down there.
Maybe the real coin was the friends that we made all along. Seriously though, where is it?
What colors does those coins have? I mean, the others are purple.
Light
Green.
green. Light-ish green. What? What's that? Mario just like pinballed himself off the edge. I don't even understand. And of course, I got Tiny Here Challenge. I at least appreciate you not giving me the vanish cap every 5 seconds, but that doesn't mean I want the worst level in the game. I'd rather the Vanish Cap. At least then it's funny.
Yeah.
Because we keep getting it over and over again. Alternatively, this is not funny, and yet we get it all the time anyway.
Wonder what
Where
it
are you
ended
gonna
up.
throw that? All the way over there?
Huh. Not that far.
I mean, you say that, but this is kind of a huge challenge.
I mean, it's like not impossible, crazy place to end up. You know.
Yeah, true. If I'm not wrong about this, it should be over here. Yeah, there it is. You know what? I'm gonna get it the cool way, and by that I mean I'm gonna fail to get it the cool way, and then do it the actual way. So, where is it? Right there.
Banzai!
Oh, what?
Oh!
Dude, I can't believe I missed that.
Ooh, that was close. To answer the question that you heard about where's Sage from, she is from the Sonic Frontiers. Well, that explains it. I haven't even played Sonic Frontiers. I heard about the game, but never played. I've never played any of the Sonic games, or Mario, or Donkey Kong, basically. What about World of Warcraft? Nope. Going to? Never. I don't even like that type of game. I had even played the latest shooter game, like actual shooter game, like Doom or something like that. I haven't played that type of game in for nearly 2 decades. Last time I played House of Death zombie game, well,
Got it.
was that was like over 20 years ago, back in early 2000s. Now these days, the games I played is usually Battleship on online or Uno.
Oh,
Well,
the stars right there. Actually, you know what? I want to show something. It's really weird.
Right?
So you can get on top of this little thing right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all like, if for some reason it's really slippery, but if you put the camera like this, just give it a second. There it goes. You can see through the wall, and even weirder is what happens if Mario falls asleep. So just give him a second.
What would happen if Kosuko found the mirror pool? Oh, that would have been a chaos. Because, well, it depends on how many copies that she would turn herself into. If, let's say, it was like Pinky, 20 or 40, now then his question is, who is the real cop? Who is the real? Who is the original?
Oh, here we go.
Scratch your butt.
Oh, he's not. Wait, he's not doing it. Wait, hold on a second.
But yeah, Robert, it will be a lot of chaos. I can guarantee on that one. Like, the main six will definitely have a hard time to figure out who is the original and all the others are clones. I mean, depending on if you like only two, it wouldn't be that much easier for them. But if she made like between, say, 20 to 100 copies of herself, yeah, that will be really chaos because they can't determine who is the original and the clone. Because, when Pinky was that, even her friends could even determine who is the original and the clone. So if Gossip Glove made say 40 or 50 copies of herself by mirror pool, yeah, neither the main six could even tell apart the difference who's the original and clone. If they ask me, I could even tell apart. I mean, they are exactly identical. So even I won't even say much about it. But luckily, they sealed off the entrance to the mirror pool. And hopefully, there are only just one. There, I mean, I hope that there aren't more of those ponds underground somewhere else in Equestria. That would have been that would have been disaster. Like made 10 billion clone herself.
What?
I'm
Okay,
like,
why isn't this working?
Robert, that yeah, I mean, there's no, I don't think it's like there. I don't think like there's like a limit how many copies you can make yourself from the mirror pool. But based on the size of the cave or the cavern where the pool is in, yeah, I think uh, I think at least the cavern can maintain maybe a number of a few hundred, maybe 100, 200, maybe between 100 and 200 moles, but 10 billion. I mean, if he jumped in only once each time, it would take her. I mean, if she just jumped in over and over, just herself, and the other clones left, it would have taken her years to even reach 10 billion. But if she had made, let's say, assume maybe 10 or maybe 10 copies first, and all of them jump in at the same time, maybe it will be easier, good faster. But if it was just herself and she sent off the other clones
Yeah.
right away, it it would take
Whatever.
it would have taken her years. Like,
Okay, so can I just real quick try to tell you what I was trying to do, but for some reason it wouldn't work. If Mario falls asleep on that little area, for some reason, Mario goes through the wall. For some reason,
that's
he just goes
weird.
through the wall, right down, like he goes downward for some reason, and I'm not too sure why.
Hmm.
I actually did do it earlier in this stream, so that's why I'm a little confused. I'm like, why isn't it working now? But
Hmm. Um. But yeah, Robert, if Kelsey did jump in the mirror pool over and over just herself, and every time was a clone copy appear, just send them off. It would take her perhaps more than 100 years
try to
in
turn
order
it
to
off.
maybe more than 100 years in order to get 10 billion. But if there was more than, just say, if she was 10 of them in the same time, that would take much longer. What type of game would Cozy Glow like, Nintendo or Sega? I left the question to Game Guy since him were the gamer, but I think maybe Sega, but I don't even know. I thought that was the last one.
It is. I'm just trying to get the glitch to work.
Hmm. Well, I thought it was about to end the stream anyways. And afterwards, Millionaire? Yeah, I don't feel much for it today at least. My throat's
No,
killing.
because I need to work on the quizzes, and besides, I'm having the fact that I've never really spoken to Roy much. I've wanted to particularly. I don't particularly know what he's into.
Hmm, me either. And another thing is, I'm really getting hungry right now. Like, so hungry I can eat a horse. I really need to get something to eat, otherwise I feel really tired. It's just that my blood sugar is it feels pretty low. Like if I, you know, if you're like diabetic, kind of, but I'm not even that. So, but it's nothing to be worrying about. It just happens all the time for me. Common symptoms: shaky, tired,
And
like
also,
my head.
Swedish, and also Swedish with what we were talking about earlier with the Thompson friends and the machines from Bodybuilder. We were talking about that months ago, and I gave you some, pretty good ideas, including the part where instead of them giving birth, despite them, might end up getting married, they would end up adopting the kids instead.
Well, I mean, I have the I can actually forgotten about it since a lot of things happen between work, daily life itself. So I mean, it's not that easy if you just talk about it just maybe just once or twice in a short time. And if this was like months ago, it's really easy to forget things like that, even if it's just small things. But I mean, I would have been up for doing some Bob the Builder stories based on MLP characters, maybe sometime later this year,
I
maybe
mean,
later.
I mean, like I said, if you remember when I said with the Thompson friends, maybe they were they read some poem in a book or were introduced to this world by Discord, whichever one of the two, and they met them face to face, and they would get along and actually eventually end up falling in love. And then Princess Celestia finds out what happened to them, and she brings all of them back to Equestria, where she turns the characters like the Thompson Friends and the Bodybuilder machines into ponies, and then they might end up getting married and still end up having you know and it's up to you if you think it'd be best if they might give birth they uh or they adopt. It's one of the two, but in my case, with them being machines, having originally been machines turned into ponies, that's why I was opting for the adopting part.
Yeah, I mean the worry that I do remember one part where you talked about what if they transform in the trains
Oh,
were
uh,
somehow transformed into living ponies as well or something.
Yeah,
But it
okay.
it's
yeah.
oh,
If
you're
I
gonna
jump
like this
off,
though.
if I jump off this edge, you think I would die, right?
Uh, I'm honestly not sure.
Oh, you're gonna like this.
Oh, there I go. Wait, let's see that again.
You didn't.
There we go.
But if they would have but to find pictures of
And there we go.
MLP the trains as MLP characters
That's funny.
as pony versions,
That's Nicholas.
I could do them on the
I haven't
Avatar
even
app.
found any. But whoop, you I but yeah, if we're up for it to do it, since I couldn't even find any. I mean, that
Yeah.
would be potential better. But oh, that draws out a question. If me to remake Henry with Fluttershy story into new one,
I mean,
that's another.
I would keep the original, but just in case you do make it over again, like in either like,
Or
if you
or
make a
part two,
remake of it, do a text and music bit.
or maybe part two or something. I don't know. I will see what I can do.
I mean, it could be like a whole series where the others come to the world, they meet their ancient friends, and then part two could be them coming to the world. But in the first story you make of part two, all of them should be added to the world with Celestia, taking them back and them getting married.
Mm, I mean, it's possible. I think it can work out somehow. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have your own details or any ideas, just let me know on Discord. It's just easier to remember that. I mean, if you're just talking verbally and we don't even talk about it for months, that would probably be easy to remember. I mean, do I
Okay,
have a good memory? I mean, I
but
do
the
have good
one
memory, but sometimes I forget about that.
but the one thing I had as like a main thing was all of them, getting married like we see what happened with Twilight and Thomas, what happened with, Fluttershy and Henry, Rainbow Dash Gordon, Rarity James, and them coming in and them having kids.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I think possible we can probably do like that, and I just okay. I have one question. I mean, I seen this video where somehow Celestia summoned Superman to Equestria to save them from a disaster. From Chrysalis had summoned General Zod, yeah, one another Kryptonian. Um, I also have seen this that actually been shipped with Superman with Celestia. What do you think?
No, no, no.
Exactly. No, yeah,
Heck no.
yeah, but yeah, I've seen a lot of many different weird humanoids or humans shipping with characters like Eptonic characters. I would not accept that. It would have been a little bit weird. That would have been considered as bestiality. Thanks, but no thanks. Anyways, I probably should end here. It's nearly almost 3 hours in this stream. So if we were doing games of streams tomorrow, what topic would we even been choosing from? Since we were originally supposed to be in, since you did win one and you choose space, Taylor did win one and he chose Star Trek for one, and I was originally supposed for Halloween for about cryptids. So I think maybe we
Well,
can just roll out, just skip this cryptid one and save it for another one time.
yeah, but one thing I wanted to say the one time, remember the space quiz I did when we were doing s- a game show stream number 13 where you and Roy, you know, won
Oh, you mean
the one
the random one?
the one that was over 3 hours, the one I hosted, game show stream number
Ah,
13,
yeah, that
about a
one.
year or two ago. The one thing I have with you sometimes joining the quiz is I can understand you joining if we make our own random quizzes, but the one thing I get with is if we do quizzes that you give us to do, that kind of does a little disadvantage towards us because if you're on a team with one of us, you would know basically every answer you made for the questions. That's why sometimes I recommend you being scorekeeper. Don't get me wrong.
Mm, I don't know what you mean. So I probably could do that.
Ah, I mean, what I
But
mean is, you make a lot. You have a lot of quizzes. If you gave one of us one to do, and you're on a team, you basically know the answers to the questions we ask you in your partner. That's what I'm trying to say.
true, true. But yeah, I probably can just be the scorekeeper for those. I mean, I do have several already be made, so if anyone wanted to use one, I can always send them back to you guys, and if you like space, I have 3 of those already made. I think. Let's see. Come on. I do have at least one about European monarchs and American urban legends, but I do have one that's about backrooms, but I may have to look that into if if it has been even been used or anything, or um, just in case I don't repeat the same questions, even though maybe I've been like months or even a year since that particular question has even been used, um,
Yeah.
but I do have some questions about this uh, about the Phantom, the comic hero. If I should delete that one, since none of you guys had even well heard or even read the comics or anything. But I have one quiz, but I haven't even worked on it about trains at all. I
I
do
mean,
have.
for one thing that I've had the thought of is that when it comes to train spotting, the most particular country for lots of train spotting going on is the United Kingdom, because there's lots of
mm,
steam engines over there than we have here in America.
I mean, to be fair, they were actually the ones who started the train industry in the first, during the Industrial Revolution started back in the mid 1700s. Makes total
Yeah.
sense. Trains didn't even get. I mean, locomotives like the steam trains or trains didn't even actually came to Sweden around sometimes in the early to mid 1800s. Trains even like that in the United States didn't even came there also around to some around early to mid 1800s. So
Yeah,
and
and then the streamliners came about, and taxpayers are like, "Oh, you gotta take care of them, or we're gonna scrap them." I'm like, "Put them in a museum, you assholes!"
mm, sure, I do also have one quiz that game guy definitely will love. Mario.
Pancake domes. I'm kidding.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah,
That was
I
like
mean,
My
that was like one of the
my
greatest
eyes,
moments
they're
ever.
a rolling.
I mean, to be fair, when I looked up the space topics, anything, any potential, when I looked up on Venus, I was like, pancake domes? Are you kidding me? And I mean, they look like pancakes and just the artifact volcanoes. But oh man, that was fun.
Oh, flat face volcanoes, those types of things.
Hmm. Yeah, but when I mentioned about the Mario one, I will
These
definitely
ones are
say that the
so
game
flat they look like pancakes.
pretty much.
All they're missing is the whipped cream, strawberries, and maple syrup.
Well,
Then you'll have
I
breakfast.
mean, and the next destination, the Pizza Moon, which is
And
Io.
please don't say pepperoni and
And for
chocolate.
dinner,
That's a weird combination.
No, I mean the
and for
main.
dinner, who could forget? And who could forget for dinner spaghetti and meteor balls?
I mean, the only okay, the Pizza Moon. I can say it's literally real, which is Io, the moon of
Why?
Jupiter. I mean, the most
Actually, not
active
why. How?
volcanoes. The coloration of the moon is yellow, red, or a bit brown. It kind of looks like molten cheese pizza, and the change in the surface changes at constant because there's over 400 active volcanoes on that particular moon. I mean, if you look on a picture of Io, it kind of looks like a cheese pizza.
So does that mean to say Isle is kind of like a moving? Is like kind of like a bomb moon with those volcanoes?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, scientists just,
Well, if I guess if it goes boom, then goodbye universe.
I mean, they even assume there are even volcanoes on Pluto. Cryovolcanoes.
Mm.
They even assume that there are even
My favorite volcano is a dead volcano.
like complete ones that complete dormant or complete extinct.
That don't even want that don't even blow lava anymore.
That would be the extinct one. Well, yeah, I think. I mean, even that people, at least scientists, assumed even there are still active volcanoes on Venus, but
I
not.
mean, if an ice volcano was to erupt like snow lava, would it be cold or hot?
Uh, I don't know. I mean,
That'd be an
no.
interesting question for the
Maybe it'd be both.
scientists.
Uh, well, considering is that in
Well, maybe
Africa
it'd be
there is.
both. I don't know. I mean,
I mean, there is.
when you get like fucking frostbite or whatever, it burns. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like if you're out in the
Mm-hmm.
winter, you don't have gloves for whatever reason, and you get
Um,
frostbite, the frostbite burns. So I
Yeah.
would
I
assume it'd
need
be
to
hot,
grab food.
even though it's cold.
I need to grab. I need to grab food, and if you end it while I'm gone, then goodbye, everyone. And also, the new channel, in case you guys didn't see, in our good buddies group, is Quiz Planet, where you can actually play it as multiplayer and parties against each other.
Hmm. And as for volcanoes, there
So I'll
is
be right back.
and as for volcanoes, there is actually one in Africa that literally pours out black. There's there's actually one that pours out black lava, which is much cooler compared to your average normal one. But the thing is, the black lava, when it actually comes in contact with air, it turns white and crumbles. And there is another one that's blue, also slight cooler than the original one, that more average one there is, and literally burns with a burns blue color. And there is fire that only burns, but you can't see it with your naked eye. Only if you turn out the lights and burns blue. But if you see that type of fire, don't use water, but only spread further, because that is like, I think it's like ethanol fire. The only can turn literally extinguish that type of fire is foam extinguisher, which is well, but blue fire or blue lava, it's pretty cool. But there is one thing I really have seen on photos and in videos: oceans or beaches at night, where the beach sides on the list, part of the near the beach, is glowing bluish white due to find out algae. That it's beautiful. You cannot deny that. I mean, it's just mind blowing. But yeah, I probably should end here. So tomorrow for game show stream, people see what type of topic it will be: space, cryptids, or even Star Trek. Who knows? But I'm actually thought of doing working on history quiz from France, French history. That's gonna be interesting. They thought of doing Russian history, but yeah, maybe not. Maybe perhaps one day in the future, but I just don't know. It is not the moment. Anyways, everyone, this has been a lot of fun. So this is Switch Diablo signing off. Bye.
Bye.